Today on the channel, a rescue helicopter. This is an RC helicopter that has stability mode on here and a few more things I'm going to show you in this review. But this is from Eachine. It's otherwise known as the E186. You may have seen it around on the internet, but this is going to be our flight test today. We're going to take it outside. I'm going to put this battery in there. We're going to use it with the full-size transmitter, and we're going to have some heli fun on the channel today. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's get our little helicopter ready to fly. Okay, so we're recording on the little mini cam on the bottom here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heli on, press once and press again. Once you hear that beep, go ahead and set it flat as you can, quick as you can. I'm gonna put the tail toward us, and now we have a lock to the transmitter, so we're all good to go there. It has a few different modes on here. It has an unlock switch here. It has high and low rates, screw pitch, and it also has an auto land, as well as some optical flow on the bottom, possibly. Yeah, there's a little camera right there. And we also have different modes that it can fly in, as well as an inverted mode. So we'll see how some of those modes work out. And let's just start off with some straight up kind of flying around the backyard. Okay, checking all the pitch directions here. And now we're gonna go ahead and come up into a hover. Nice head speed. So, wow, look at that. That's beautiful. Now let's let go of the sticks and see how much it moves. Don't want it to move too much toward me, but look at that. That is cool. Little nose in there. Let's bring it up a little bit. That's cool. Look at that light in the front. How's it going, guys? There's a little bit of a kind of a robotic twitch just then. Might be the gyro kind of kicking in. Gonna definitely try to avoid the trees with this. But we're just scale flying right now. If you know what scale flying is, kind of like trying to fly it slow, like the real thing would look in the air. I like that white disc on top that the blades have. You can see kind of like a nice scale look, like real helicopters have. That's pretty cool. So it's pretty stable, even though it doesn't have GPS return to home and all that stuff on there. Apparently it does have some modes, so we can play around with some of those modes. Right now I think I'm in low rates, so we could test out high rate and see if that makes it fly a little faster. Gonna go up a little bit. Definitely trying to avoid the trees. One thing to think about if you've never flown an RC heli before is try to anticipate your next turn before you get to a solid object. Look at that. Life flight heli. This episode, I would say, is dedicated to our friend Art. He is a real life flight pilot. And they assisted in taking care of our friend Diego. That is really cool. So this episode is dedicated to life flight and our friend Art, who flies the real thing every day. What a job, huh? That's beautiful. So let's flip that mode button there. I believe it turns on the optical flow. So you may be able to turn that on and off, but let's get close to the ground and try out optical flow. It should stay kind of in one spot here if I'm in optical flow, and it looks like it's doing that. So kind of walk around it for a second, check it out. That's a solid hover. That looks really good. All right, so we have optical flow on now, and that should be working. It's kind of like a faux GPS in a way. Now we're gonna come over here and we're gonna try to do inverted. Let's see if it'll do that. I'm gonna get some altitude. We're gonna go up and let's just see. Yeah, maybe it has to go, you know, around 3 meters up. It may have to have the high-low rates switched into low. So we'll try that. Long press. And that's as high as it'll go right there. It has a flight restriction height on it. That's as high as she'll go. The LEDs look cool though.
So some of these helis do have that inverted mode working quite easily, but this one doesn't seem to be one to do that. I'll keep trying that, but we should try some of the other modes on here. I know it does also have manual mode, and let's try that out real quick. See if it'll let us do that. While we're flying, it probably won't let us do that. So you can see that the top turns green when the optical flow is on. So that would be optical flow mode, which is position hold. And then when we take that off, it puts it in something they call manual, but it's not full true manual. That just means that the optical flow is off. So that's what we figured out on the transmitter right there. But it has a good speed on it. Once you take that off, it speeds up a lot because it's not trying to hold itself and lock itself into position. You can almost see it like hold up and pause. Like, watch this. I'll turn it into manual. It starts to fly a lot faster. And then you can see it almost stop and come to a hover. That's cool. It's like turning on and off GPS. That makes it a lot better and easier to fly inside the yard. Love that blade sound. I love that LED on the front. Gives you a good idea of where the nose is at. It's awesome. It looks very scale. Very nice. The blades are so well tracked that I don't see them off at all. The main rotor blades are really nicely aligned. You can kind of see that in the video probably. And again, I don't think this is a full metal head, but it does have some metal in it and brushless motor on the tail. So that's kind of nice. And I'm expecting we'll get about 10 minutes out of this battery. So I'm going to put it back into what they call manual mode. I'm going to turn off the optical flow. Let's just get a little altitude. And let's come back down and let's try our auto landing. I can see two green LEDs on the bottom of it telling me that I've got a pretty good amount of battery left. So let's just try a landing real quick. We'll go ahead and turn back on our optical flow. Okay. So now we'll come down. We get over the helipad. And let's go ahead and let's give this baby a landing. Just press that button and let's see if it turns off the rotor. All right, hands off. Turned off the motor. That's awesome. Now we can take off. Optical flow is on. Our little onboard camera is recording still. And what's kind of fun, I've done this before, a little simulated FPV where you just kind of walk behind whatever you're flying. You don't want to walk too close to this thing, of course. But you know, you can fly through some obstacles like this. I don't recommend it if you're a brand new flyer. See how much control we have with this little heli. Going underneath the trees here. I love the scale helis. This one looks so cool. I don't want to fly it into the tree. Let's try to go over here around this pole. Somebody hold my beer. Here we go. Very slowly. Not trying to be fast or cool about this. Straight through there. That was awesome. And I would believe we're getting close to the end of our battery. And you can kind of check that if you just go up above a little bit, swing the tail around toward you. And I can see that we're coming down on the last bar on our battery on the bottom. It's got the LED indicator. That's cool. Coming down again low to the ground. And it's interesting, it has a height limit on it. And I wonder if I turn off, see right there, I'm pushing full stick up and it's not going any higher. Now, if I turn it on manual, it goes higher up. That's interesting. So that's something to know if you buy this heli. It really wants to take off. So now the transmitter is beeping. I can see a red light blinking on the bottom of the heli. That means our battery is almost done. So I'm going to go ahead and work my way back down. Full stick down. That's as fast as it comes down right there. All right, we're bringing a patient in to the hospital landing pad here. We're just going to come down slowly. I'm going to do a manual landing. All right, full stick down. Let's see if it turns off the motor. So yeah, that was that was pretty cool. Now we can stop the video on the onboard camera because we made our first landing. I'm going to go ahead and press once and press again. This will turn off the battery. Okay, just like a DJI drone. And like I was saying before, like this helicopter, it has a partial metal head, main block here in the middle, plastic blade grips, and it has plastic arms, which if they fly off, you can replace these. That's pretty cool. This battery is easy to take out. You just do the 2 tabs here. I've seen these same type of batteries on some of the other like scale Apaches. And this is a 2S 1200 milliamp battery. And I'm guessing we got close to 10 minutes flight time out of that battery. It's a little bit warm. But man, I love the way that looks in the sunlight. That is awesome. I do love helis. It's got some nice detail on that. I wish it said Life Flight across the side of it. Maybe I can get Art to give us a little Life Flight sticker for this heli. Definitely awesome. If you don't have Life Flight, you should definitely sign up because they'll come fly and rescue you and take you to the hospital if you ever needed it, even if you're way out in the middle of somewhere hiking or on a trail. If you're a mountain biker, this is always a good deal. But Life Flight, yeah, that's awesome. Little miniature scale heli on the channel today. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. I sure did. This was a lot of fun. Hope you guys have a good one. Take care. I'm Justin Davis. Check out my link down below if you like this one. And I will see you on the next one. Bye-bye.